You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. It's Auntie Mickey's house. Oh yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. You're in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, grab a seat. Come on in and hit that light, hit that light. Oh, you're at Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house. Grab a seat, prop your feet. Let's sip some tea, sip that tea. Entertainment, news, and spirituality. From the culture to the fun, Auntie sets the tone. Sets the tone. With a laugh and a truth, she holds the throne. She holds the throne, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Come on in now. Auntie Mickey's house. Oh, Auntie's house. You're in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat, yeah, yeah. Come on in and hit that like. Don't forget now. Auntie Mickey's house. She can roast with a smile, drop wisdom too. Break down the headlines, bring it straight to you. Straight to you, baby. Community strong, conversation grown. Grown talk, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Make yourself at home, yeah. Come together, every voice is heard. Every voice. Respect the vibe, let's share the word. Oh, yeah. From the jokes to the prayer, she keeps it real. Keeps it real. Auntie Mickey's house, that's the deal. That's the deal, baby. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. Oh yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie's house. On in the house. You know you're in the house. Come on in and grab a seat. Grab a seat. Come on in and hit the light. Hit the light, hit the light. You're at Auntie Mickey's. Yeah, yeah. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's. Auntie Mickey's house. Auntie Mickey's house.
Art is tripping. You guys stand by just for a second. Just Here I am. Jesus. Help me, Jesus. Let me turn on my music at least. Maybe it won't, maybe it'll let me do that. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me because this was crazy. This was strictly crazy. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry to keep y'all waiting. It's StreamYard's fault. It's StreamYard's fault. Hello, everybody. How you doing, Michelle? Glad you are back. Okay. I never left. It's not even YouTube. It's StreamYard. StreamYard was literally wouldn't let me do nothing. So let me just say to you, all of y'all, thank you so much for hanging in there and being patient while I struggle stream with StreamYard. We have a very interesting show tonight. I didn't even get to play the other intro. They wouldn't even let me play my other intro, so okay, whatever. Anyway, just a little, I know it's not in the title, but just a little update on the Nick Reiner case. YouTube keeps deleting your comments, Camille. Lord Jesus. I had to go in and delete a whole bunch of videos out of StreamYard, and I'm like, okay, I've already done that. Why are you doing this to me? Lord Jesus. But anyway, just to give you a little update, Nick appeared in court today. This time he was in person. Apparently he couldn't appear in person yesterday because he hadn't been medically cleared yet. So there was a delay on yesterday, and his attorney, of course, came out and said that, they're going to go through this process, this arraignment process. In court, though, he did go to court today. He didn't do a whole lot. He just sat there. He sat there looking forward, kind of zombie-ish. They said that he was wearing a blue, what is that? He was wearing some kind of a vest, to prevent himself from hurting himself, I guess. Who knows? But says in court he was not much transpired, but it has been kicked down to, the arraignment has been kicked down to January 7th. So we're not really going to hear much about what's going on in court until January the 7th. The prosecutors also agreed with that because this is such a high volume. I mean, it's such it's really a volatile case, widely publicized case. And, they're going to definitely need some time to get they've got the charges in place. Okay. And he waived his rights to a speedy trial because it is such a high profile case. Pretty much, let's see, the charges were announced. And let's see, Nick did not appear on camera. That's the other thing. He did not appear on camera. Reporters and news representatives that were there, although they were allowed to, go into the court, they were not allowed to publicize him. Oh, see, look at my husband. Thank you, sweetheart. I needed that. Oh my goodness. Thank you, baby. So, let's see. You made me lose my place here. I'm looking at my notes. I have to have my notes. So it says he was seen, however, by the reporters and stuff. They wouldn't allow the reporters to show him on camera. He was banned from showing them to the public. So, says he had on a dark blue, you-know-what vest. So he was in all blue with one of them, suicide vests on. No t-shirt up under it, just the blue vest and blue pants. The only words he said to the judge were, "Yes, Your Honor," when the judge asked if he wanted to waive his rights to a speedy trial. And, like I said, he basically looked forward, being very stoic. His attorney pretty much tried to block vision from him, but I don't know why. But anyway. But there was no visible support for him in the courtroom. There was no family, no siblings, nobody but his attorney. Okay. He still looked as scruffy as he did when they arrested him. And but the family did, even though they didn't go and support him, they did release a statement to the public. So I was able to get that statement. It says, "The horrific and devastating loss of our parents, Rob and Michelle Reiner, is something that no one else should ever experience. They weren't just our parents. They were our best friends. We now ask for respect and privacy, for speculation to be tempered with compassion and humanity, and for our parents to be remembered for the incredible lives they lived and the love they gave." So that's pretty much my update on that. But pray for these kids. I mean, I know they're not kids, they're adults, but man, pray for these people because they lost two parents and now they're looking at losing a brother. And it's a really bad situation. Really bad situation. Before I get started, let me say hello to everybody. I had to get that little piece out. Let's see. We're going to go to the very top of the list. Because I missed everybody. I missed everybody when I first came in because I'm struggle streaming. I'm struggle streaming with the StreamYards. Okay, my husband's in there. Hello, everyone. I'm trying to have a good show, but, StreamYard is tripping. So, hello, Barbara. How are you? I see Rachel Haynes is here. Camille's in the house. Hello, Camille. Let's see. Millionaire's Cove. Hello, sweetheart. LaWanda Jackson's here. Hello, sweetie. Highly sensitive introvert is here. Hello, sweetheart. C. Gonzalez is in the house. Hello, sweetie. Carmela. Hello, Carmela. How are you? And I see Barbara. I see Michelle. Hello, Michelle. How have you been, sweetie? Okay, I think I got... Oh, there's my Satin Doll. Satin Doll is in the house. Hello, sweetie. And of course, we got my husband down there flirting. It's the weather outside, very windy. Yes, it is, sweetie. It's bad. It's bad. So I see you guys talking about Angie Stone. What's going on with Angie Stone? What is it I'm seeing about Angie Stone? I do want to stay on topic, but I've seen her name, so I got to find out what's going on with Angie Stone. Something about her tomb. Hey, Mr. Phillips. Hi, Simone. I see you. Hello, sweetie. Hi, Jess. How are you? Hi, Retretta. Prophetic Proverbs. Hello, sweetheart. I'm trying to make it to the bottom of this list. It's her birthday today. Oh, happy birthday, Angie. I didn't realize today was her birthday. Golly. Bless her heart. She was put in her tomb today for her birthday. Wow. Well, rest in peace, Angie. Angie and D'Angelo, rest in peace to both of you. It's still a blemish on our hearts. For real. Anyway, let me get started on the rest of this. I couldn't even do my doggone thumbnail today. Struggle streaming. But anyway, today I need to talk about something that I've talked about before. And for those that have been around for a while, you guys probably know I've done live streams on cyberbullying before. You know, in one shape, form, or another. And apparently there is another content creator, a TikToker, who unalived herself due to cyberbullying. Very, 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 very devastating situation. Hold on just a second. This music's driving me crazy. I feel I'm talking over it. Okay, her name is Riziki Ilenre. Riziki Ilenre. Okay. And she was a TikToker. Okay. Here, let me just pull her up. I want to share the screen. She was a vibrant young lady that had a lot going for her. But there's some things that we need to talk about in terms of cyberbullying. So the cops are investigating a TikToker's death as fans allege suicide from bullying. And this is her. This is according to TMZ. This is a picture of this young lady. Oh, goodness gracious. Police are investigating TikToker Riziki Ilenre's death after numerous reports surfaced that she died by self-deletion. We know YouTube is tripping. The Montgomery Police Department in Alabama tells TMZ they are investigating the circumstances of her December 12th death. A landslide of concerned social media users have reported it appears she ended her life during a live stream on TikTok after being subject to constant bullying. However, let me correct that. It wasn't actually on the live. It was after her live stream. Though police were unable to confirm this to TMZ as of Wednesday, many of her loved ones declined to comment. Riziki had previously spoken out about her mental health struggles over the years. See, this is important to understand because this seems to be a common thread on this subject. Hi, Charles. How are you, love? And happy holidays to you, too. So it says, Riziki had previously spoken out about her mental health struggles over the years. She was a law student at Illinois Institute of Technology and heavily involved in her local ministry. She was also known for her close relationship with her service dog, Chief. This is a picture of her and her dog. So she had a service dog. It's safe to say it was as a result of her mental health. Apparently, she was autistic. And I'm bringing this up because, like I said, I have talked about this before. This is nothing new from this platform. And I can refresh your memory if you'd like. Let's go back to a couple of earlier live streams. Now, this is a live stream I did about, I want to say 4 months ago. Cyberbullying and the price you pay. It was actually around my husband's birthday. That's why it says, Happy Birthday, Uncle Barry. So I want to start at a very critical point of this video. Let me turn this down. Hold on just a second.
Hold on.
You
Turn my
forgot.
camera off. I forgot that quick. I had to turn my camera off.
So
Sorry.
anyway, I'm just going to go over some information about international laws in terms of cyber doxing.
Yes.
No, I didn't hear that, Barbara. Yes, that's true, Faith. So let me go ahead and share this screen briefly so you guys can at least see what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, international. Okay. Alrighty then. I'm going to see if I can make this larger. Oh, I don't know if I want to mess with it. Can y'all be patient because this is from a previous live stream, so you're going to have to kind of just listen to what I read. But basically what this is covering is the laws that evolve around cyber doxing, which is yet another problem that we have in terms of cyberbullying. People are being doxed online, and there's laws that pertain to that. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. I doubt it. Yeah, this is an old video. Y'all see that? Can y'all read that?
I can. I just zoomed in though.
Okay. How do you zoom in on StreamYard?
You just put your fingers up on the screen and spread them apart, and it'll.
He don't know what he's talking about. Not on a laptop. Don't listen.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, you gotta have the ability to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it on a laptop.
Well, basically, I'll just read it. International laws concerning cyber doxing are still developing, with no single universally agreed upon definition or framework. However, existing legal frameworks, particularly those related to data privacy, cybercrime, and human rights, can be applied to address doxing activities in some contexts. General trends and considerations. No universal definition. There isn't a specific international law or treaty that directly defines or regulates doxing. Data privacy laws. Many countries have data privacy laws that can be relevant. These laws often restrict the processing and sharing of personal data, and violations can lead to penalties. Then we have cybercrime laws. Cybercrime laws like the Council of Europe's Convention on Cybercrime, Budapest Convention, can be applied in cases where doxing involves unauthorized access to computers or networks, or the distribution of stolen data. Human rights law. International human rights law, such as the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, protects against arbitrary interference with privacy and reputation. National laws. Individual countries are enacting or strengthening their own laws to address doxing, often incorporating it into existing legislation related to privacy, cybercrime, or harassment.
Can I just clarify something real quick for everybody? Those two that Annie Mickey just read off, they stand for your right to privacy for your possessions, your property, which includes your cell phone number and your address and shit like that. You have the right to privacy for that kind of stuff. even though it's common knowledge and publicly accessible, it doesn't mean you go around sharing it all willy-nilly with people that don't even need it.
Right.
Okay, so that violates human rights, and also violates a constitutional right, which is an existing law.
Mm-hmm.
So just to clarify on those two.
And also, intent is very important.
Yes.
Intent has to be established as to why you would dig up someone's information. What is the purpose? Well, we all know what her purpose was. It certainly wasn't to apply for daycare, you know, or anything like that. So, and she did exactly what she intended to do with that information. Now, let me clarify what I'm talking about, because when I did this live stream, I had been doxxed on Maggie's platform several months ago. She put my phone number in her chat, and that is considered a form of harassment or doxing. I never really pursued it because she really don't matter to me. But there are people out here, content creators out here, that are facing very, very bad issues because of doxing. Lady Letitia went through a bout with her as well with regard to releasing information about her daughter, for instance, making comments and whatnot, even though she herself can talk about her daughter online. But comments were made to Lady Letitia on Maggie's platform referring to, oh, I see where your daughter goes to school, and things of that nature. It's malicious. Okay, so that's what this particular live stream was about. Now, I know it doesn't pertain directly to unaliving oneself, but this is the kind of cyberbullying and doxing that goes on across the board on TikTok, on, yes, stalking. That goes across the board on Instagram, YouTube, you name it, Twitch. Anytime someone reveals your personal information out there for the public to see, whether it is public information or not, it's not for someone to just go and arbitrarily dig up and give to everybody that doesn't need it. That was the purpose of that particular live stream, just for clarification. Okay, so again, this young lady took her own life because she was being stalked or harassed online. But again, she's not the first one that I'm reporting on. I reported on another young lady that you guys may remember I did about 4 months ago. Was it 4? I think it was, no, it was actually 5 months ago. This one that I just did was 4 months ago. But there was a young lady by the name of Makayla Raines. And Makayla Raines was a YouTuber. And her platform embraced, well, the name of the platform was, it had to do, Save the Foxes. Save a Fox. That was the name of her platform, Save a Fox. And what she would do is she would save foxes to prevent them from being, from being killed for their fur, for the purposes of making coats and clothing and stuff like that. But it wasn't just foxes that she was saving. She was saving all kind of animals. She was one of them kind that, she'd see a turtle flipped over on his back, and she'd flip him back over and put him somewhere safe. That was the kind of person she was. But she did also suffer from autism, I believe it was. She was autistic, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. She definitely suffered with mental issues. And it was a really devastating situation because she also unalived herself. Man, it brought tears to everybody's eyes. I also pulled that video up for you guys to get an understanding of what this is really all about. Hold on just a second. And like I said, she was a very loving, caring person. But some assholes got on here and commenced to bullying her to the point where she took her own life. Now, I'm going to be breaking this up into little pieces because I don't want to go through this whole live stream. But I just want to get certain points out that need to be addressed. Okay, so this is taken from The Cut. This young lady here, she was a YouTuber. Her name is Makayla Raines. She was 29 years old, beautiful young lady. And the name of her channel was Save a Fox. And that's what her mission in life was. She went out saving not just foxes, but animals, all kinds of animals. And she suffered from some issues. And here, I'll just read this to you. It says, last week, animal activist and wildlife rehabilitator Makayla Raines, who rose to prominence through her Minnesota-based rescue organization Save a Fox and its accompanying YouTube channel, died by, you know what, at the age of 29. She took her own life, y'all. She took her own life. Raines founded Save a Fox, a nonprofit dedicated to the rescue and rehabilitation of foxes from fur farms in Lakeville, Minnesota in 2017, and later opened a larger operation in Rice County after permit issues over the number of foxes in her care. These foxes needed a place to go, so I wanted to make that happen, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to do that, she told WCCO in 2019. Makayla's husband, Ethan Raines, with whom she shared one daughter, announced the news of her death in an emotional video posted to the nonprofit's Facebook on Monday. He described Makayla as a wonderful wife and caring mother who dedicated her life to helping animals, whether it was helping a snapping turtle cross the road or saving 500 foxes from a terrible fur farm. In the video, Ethan addressed Makayla's lifelong struggles with autism, depression, borderline personality disorder, and more, and her difficulty grappling with years of online bullying from a group of people throwing dirt on her and the rescue organization. Most of these are people she knew, and some of them are other animal sanctuaries, he said. They consistently spread ridiculous claims and rumors. She couldn't bear what she was feeling any longer, and she ended her life, he continued, through tears. I wish you understood that words do have real and terrible consequences. If you only have negative garbage to say, just shut up. Though Raines did not explicitly name the sources of the negative online commentary, a Save a Fox Shark subreddit that's currently set to private appears to have been scrubbed since the news of Makayla's death. Raines says he plans to carry on the nonprofit's mission to rescue fur foxes and animals in his wife's honor. As long as you guys will continue to support all of us here at Save a Fox, we will keep pushing forward. I'm confident we can bring more light to this world, and we'll be doing it for Makayla. So, let me go forward a little bit. Let me go just a little forward. That gives you an outline of what she was about. I want you guys to see the video that her husband put out there. Let me find it. I was struggle streaming that evening too. Okay, give me just a second. Come on, this is so precise. Okay, here we go.
The most important part of that, I am not going to let it stop here.
Hold on.
Obviously, animals. From a young age, she dedicated every waking hour of her life to helping them, whether it was helping a snapping turtle cross the road or saving 500 foxes from a terrible fur farm. She was never in it for fame, money, or personal gain. She was truly one of the most selfless people I have ever known. She put the animals' well-being over her own time and time again. She would forgo sleep, eating, and showering if there was an animal that needed her help. And it was not just foxes. I've seen her help birds, reptiles, sheep, squirrels. I truly believe when it came to animals, she could do anything.
And I know this is heart-wrenching, but it needs to be replayed for people that may not have seen it before. But this is one of the outcomes of cyberbullying. This is what's left behind. That woman had a husband. She had a daughter. She had a little girl. And although they weren't involved with what she was doing online, they still have to deal with the outcome. And this poor man is pouring his heart out.
She would build the strongest bonds with all of the animals here, constantly working to earn their trust and create a lasting connection. Every single animal here just lost their best friend. And over the course of her life, she was responsible for saving into the 4 figures of animals, and all of your support made that possible. She would always love the letters that you would send, the pictures and paintings that the children made, and the kind words and comments in your posts. Her words were heard by millions and has affected more lives personally than I could ever hope to count. She was not just a rescuer, but an advocate. Her legacy.
Hold on just a second. We had some technical difficulties during this live stream. Okay.
The most important part of that, I am not going to let it stop here. I will do whatever I can to see Save a Fox keep moving forward to save as many lives as possible. I gave Makayla all of my love and energy, and I will do the same with this rescue going forward. As long as you are all here to support us, we can do this. And I will try to keep the content coming since that is such an important part of our funding. As long as you all can continue donating, interacting online, buying merch, and coming here for tours, we can continue to help the many helpless animals that need us and educate and bring awareness to everyone. This is what Makayla would want.
Ever wondered what your home looks like from space?
Here we go.
Enter your address and get a 360-degree satellite view.
And I have to see her goals and dreams be realized. Aside from being the amazing superhero of animals, Makayla was also a wonderful wife and a caring mother. Every day I would wake up to a list from her on exactly what we needed to accomplish in the day. Her work ethic was, for lack of better words, relentless. But we did everything together. Despite her pouring out all of her love for the animals, she still found some love to give to me. I have never shared a bond with anyone the way I have with her. We spent nearly every moment of every day together. And now half of me is missing.
This is what happens.
She had so many lofty goals and aspirations, and she would push and push until it got done. But despite all of this, she was a best friend to Freya. And every day she would teach her how to interact with, respect, and care for the animals here. They would go on pony rides together, swing in the fox yards, and take care of Freya's little cockroaches. The first thing Freya would want every morning is mommy. But through all of this, for her entire life, she struggled. She struggled with autism, with depression, with borderline personality disorder, and more. She was always in and out of different kinds of therapy, trying various mood stabilizers and meds, but nothing really seemed to help. Simple tasks were hard for her. Looking at her from the outside, you could never tell what was going on in her head, but even just socializing would send her over the edge. Looking at a cluttered restaurant menu would make her just want to leave. And wearing the jeans that she loved would give her so many sensory problems that it could ruin her entire day. And if you follow her personal page, she loved helping educate people about the problems that she and others faced on a daily basis. She would stay up late at night writing away about things out of her control and how she would attempt to cope with them. She made posts and discussed autism awareness so that it could be spread and help everyone understand just how difficult life can be for those on the spectrum. And she was so sensitive to everything, which is a double-edged sword because on one hand, it allowed her endless empathy for those in her care, but it also means that she took everything negative to heart. And now I want to talk about how words, whether spoken in person or written online, can affect someone. For a few years, a group of people had been throwing dirt on Makayla's name and the rescue.
This right here is where the rubber meets the road. People can be so nasty for no apparent reason. A lot of people get on YouTube. They don't become content creators, but they get on YouTube and they go from platform to platform, sitting in the chat, talking shit. Because they ain't got nothing better to do. They have nothing better to do than to throw dirt at people they don't even know. And just because you're a public figure with a platform on YouTube does not mean it's okay to have to go through that.
Most of these are people she knew, and some of them are other animal sanctuaries. They consistently spread ridiculous claims and rumors, and being the sensitive human that she was, Makayla took it all to heart. And it hurt her. It hurt her a lot. But she pushed through. For years, she pushed through the pain of people trying to bring her down and the mental challenges she faced. And she still rescued hundreds of animals and changed the lives of so many. But recently, more of the rude words, accusations, and name-calling came from some of those she considered close friends. I think all of this stems from jealousy and envy. but she felt as if the entire world had turned against her. She had always battled with borderline personality disorder causing emotional instability, as well as impulsive behaviors.
She was already fragile. She was already fragile, and she put herself out there for good reasons, but people just disregarded whatever she may have been going through. And from what I understand, she was very transparent. She discussed some of the things that she had battled with. But people can be so heartless, so cruel, all for the sake of entertainment. It makes you question yourself. Why are you on YouTube? As a viewer, as a content creator, all this stuff puts stuff into perspective. Right, Michelle?
But this time it went too far. She couldn't bear what she was feeling any longer. And she ended her life. And it breaks my heart that someone who is selfless and devoted her life to animals could have so much negativity pointed at her. Why? That's all I can ask is why. In a world that's filled with darkness, she was just light. She was just light. And to those of you that pushed her to this, every one of you that had been responsible for making her feel this way, I wish you had to see me find her. And I wish you had to watch me perform CPR on her for 15 minutes until the first responders arrived.
Now that's real. As much as he's going through to read this statement, I'm glad he did. Because it puts everything into perspective. All your bullying, all your name calling, all your false accusations, everybody can't take that. But you should have been there when I had to find her and try to do CPR on her. You should have been there. You was there when you were tearing her down, but you weren't there when I was trying to save her life.
And I wish you had to watch helplessly as paramedics attempted to revive her lifeless body. And I wish you had to hear the screams and the cries of her family. I wish you had to see tiny heartbroken Freya try to understand why she can never see her mommy again. I wish you understood what you were doing before you did it, before it had to go this far. And I wish you understood that words do have real and terrible consequences.
Yes, they do.
If you only have negative garbage to say, just shut up. And if you are feeling lost and hopeless, please reach out to someone, whether it's friends and family or calling a hotline. And to everyone else, please keep an eye on those around you. Look for the signs because they are there. Do something or say something before it's too late.
Absolutely prophetic proverbs.
So despite this being the biggest loss of my life and feeling like I have a literal hole in my chest, I will not let Makayla's light be extinguished. And I won't let negativity win. And I won't let her mission fall apart. I am going to continue to push to rescue the remaining fur farm foxes. And after that, save as many animals as possible. But I will need your help. As long as you guys will continue to support all of us here at Save a Fox, we will keep pushing forward. I'm confident we can bring more light to this world, and we'll be doing it for Makayla. For now, we all just need some space and some privacy, but I'll soon discuss a day where everyone can come here and pay their final respects. And I'm just going to end it with, I love you, Makayla. I will always love you so much. And I miss you.
That's the fallout. That right there, that's the fallout. Good night, Michelle. Good to see you. That's the fallout. When you don't know what people are dealing with, that's the fallout. Now, I wanted to share her Facebook page. And unfortunately, that just, for some reason, it disappeared. Hold on just a second. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. Because this was this woman that I'm talking about now, I'm not talking about Makayla. We already looked at that. I was just showing you what I pulled up months ago. Benjamin, let me see what you said. There is another girl who goes by the name of Magdalena who destroyed her body. I thought that was person who Mickey was going to cover. There's several, unfortunately. Exactly. There's countless people on the internet right now that are being cyberbullied because they have the courage to get up before hundreds, if not thousands of people and do their thing. But you got people that go in there and attack out of the sake of entertainment. Out of the sake of entertainment. It's sick. It's a sick, we're in a sick world. Let me find, I had a Facebook post from the church that she worked with. This young lady, I have a hard time speaking her name. Riziki, or they call her Rizzy. Actually, I'll just call her Rizzy. She was very, very smart. She was in law school. She was in her community, in her church community. She was working in her church community, and she was doing so much, but people don't care about stuff like that. They don't care. They instead would rather attack. They'd rather attack her. And this young lady ended up doing just that. She suffered mental issues over the years. She was a law student at Illinois Institute of Technology. Like I said, she was heavily involved with her local ministry, and she loved her service dog. She was a human being. And I think that's what people fall short of realizing. She was a human being. Here's one of her Facebook pages. This was actually from her church. Hold on, let me see if I can get this whole page out for you to see. This is a statement from the Church Without Walls. And it says, our church family is grieving the heartbreaking loss of someone deeply loved and deeply valued, Riziki Ilenre. She was part of our ministry family, a bright and brilliant young woman, full of purpose, faith, and promise. She served faithfully, graduated college, and was pursuing her dream of law school. Her future was meaningful and her life mattered. This is not a moment for speculation or easy answers. This is a moment for grieving, compassion, and love. Scripture reminds us that even Jesus paused to weep in the face of loss, and today our community weeps. Today we mourn. We ask for continued prayers for her family, for all who loved her, and for anyone silently battling deep pain. May we honor her memory by loving harder, listening better, and protecting one another more fiercely. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Matthew 5:4. Apostle Walter DeAndre Green, Pastor Shawnetta Green, and the entire staff at CWOW. Out of respect for her family and our community, we won't be sharing further details until they are made available. Thank you for your prayers and love. She was very active, very, very active in the church. She wasn't just out here running the streets. She wasn't in and out of the club all the time. She was just doing her thing for the community. The only problem is that she had mental issues. I don't know what the diagnosis was. I don't care what the diagnosis was. It was enough to send her into a place of darkness that she can't return from now. Because people are relentless with their foolishness. Relentless. She just wasn't doing no okey doke. Very involved with the church, having fun with other young people in church. There's her little service dog. She was doing her thing. And clearly she was loved. She was surrounded by people that loved her. But them folks on the internet, that's another breed right there. This is what she leaves behind. This is just one Facebook page. This one Facebook page. This is her Instagram. Someone posted on her Instagram, Rizzy, so the promise is received by faith. She wrote Romans 4:16. This is her post. This past semester, I've witnessed the hand of God over my life as a first-year law student. He promised to be with me as I moved cross-country to a city I'd never been to. He promised to remain with me every day I walked through the doors of the Convisor Law Center. Every night as I cried in bed feeling extremely alone and depressed, His promises sang over me a lullaby giving rest to my tired soul. His only request is that I have faith in his finished work. As far as it was, I did, and I'm blessed to say I passed my first semester of law school. That was her post. There's a lot of other people that have also written on her page, "Rest in paradise, beautiful soul." It's too much. Too much. But it goes to show, that we are living in a time where people are heartless and don't give a damn until it happens to their family. I have an article here with Black Enterprise. There's not a whole lot I'm going to say even about this, but I'm just sharing awareness that this cyberbullying shit's got to stop. There by the grace of God go you. Let me get rid of this doggone video. Okay, whatever. It says police investigating death of TikTok star Riziki Ilenre after fans suspect suicide. Police are investigating the death of beloved TikTok creator Riziki after fans claim she took her own life during a live stream. And like I said before, it wasn't done during the live stream. That's not the case. The Montgomery Police Department in Alabama confirmed they are investigating the circumstances surrounding Ilenre's death on December 12th, TMZ reports. The inquiry comes amid a surge of social media reports claiming she took her own life during a TikTok live stream after facing ongoing harassment from other creators. Exactly, Millionaire's Cove. Says Auntie, with her already having mental issues, the bullying probably just pushed her even more over the edge. That's why you have to be careful with people, with what you say and do. And that is so true. She took a lot of heat from other creators. On her now deleted TikTok account, Ilenre frequently shared her experiences with mental health challenges, so this was nothing new. Hi, Lisa. This was nothing new. She was very transparent. She let everybody know that this is me. This is what I deal with. And you would think that people would be more cognizant of that. You know what I'm saying? No, we got some vicious ass people out there. It's one thing to go back and forth with somebody, but to attack somebody who has not attacked you, you a special kind of messed up. Period. It says on her now deleted TikTok account, Ilenre frequently shared her experiences with mental health challenges and her disability, along with adventures with her service dog, Chief. Following her death, a change.org petition has been launched calling on lawmakers to pass the Riziki Ilenre Act, with the petition alleging that she endured relentless harassment from various creators on TikTok. The petition urges stricter penalties for cyberbullying and the implementation of systems to help victims report abuse more easily. They mocked her, they made fun of her disabilities, and in the deepest cruelty, they told her to delete herself. The petitioner's starter continued. So these people got online. Not only did they tease her about her disabilities, they told her to delete herself. This relentless bullying and cyber attacks led to a devastating loss, not only for her family and friends, but for all of us who witnessed another life taken too soon by such heartless acts. Tributes have poured in for the social media star following her death. A spokesperson for the Church Without Walls in Carrollton described Ilenre on Facebook as a bright and brilliant young woman preparing to attend law school. Pastor Walter DeAndre Green of her local church had also mourned her, calling Ilenre his daughter, not biologically, but absolutely spiritually. I had the privilege of watching her grow from an awkward sophomore in college into a young woman preparing to take on the world as a law student. His Facebook post read, "She was brilliant, driven, and fearless in thought." Green noted Ilenre worked as a social media director, photographer, and a ministry intern at the church before her death. One thing about Rizzy, she loved to debate, he added. She thrived in apologetics and theological discourse, and I think that's part of why we were so close. She loved truth, and she wasn't afraid to wrestle with it. That's the last of that. I'm bringing this up because enough is enough. Enough is enough. At some point in time, even here on YouTube, I know we got the black tea sector, we've got the beef sector, we've got all that here, and it can get downright grimy. And I, for one, am no different. You attack me, I'm gonna attack you back. At some point in time, it's got to stop. At some point, it's got to stop. Because you don't know what people are dealing with inside. Some people get on their platforms, big and bad, boastful, and they're dying inside. And just the smallest little insult, the smallest little dig can put them over the top. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to be responsible for someone else's demise, even if it's not directly, but indirectly. At some point, it's got to stop. That young lady had a bright future ahead of her. And people didn't give a damn because they were entertained. They were being entertained at her expense. And now she's gone. And you know what these people do? They move on to the next person. They don't care. Because nobody else is really out here crying from the rooftops to stop it. Because when you close your eyes for the last time, you're going to have to give an account for the things that you say and do to people. You're going to have to give an account for it. And it may feel good when you're doing it, but guess what? We don't know when we're going to check out of here. We could check out of here in 30 minutes. And you ain't going to have time to get it right. Because people don't think, oh, well, I'll be all right. I ain't going to, I don't really say that much. You don't know what you say that hurts people. You don't know. You don't know. As much as I can't stand that chick over there in Canada, I have to say, enough is enough. Now, you can attack me all you want. I give her dust. I give her dust. I'm not saying nothing else. Because I might just say something to send her over the edge. And I don't want to be responsible for that. I don't. And she's good for throwing rocks and hiding her hand. I'll be the first to say that. I only respond. I don't attack. I respond. But from this point on, I'm not even going to respond to her. It's not worth it. My soul is worth more than getting even with her or getting back at her or insulting her. And if people have a problem with that, then hey, kick rocks. That don't make me no punk. That just makes me aware of who my Redeemer is. You can't go walking through life worrying about looking like a punk. Because them people that you're playing that game for, they ain't got no heaven or hell to put you in and wouldn't do nothing to help you if you reached out and asked for it. So who are you performing for? Who you performing for? God's not impressed. And I'm not getting up here on no soapbox to preach to you. This is just real. This is just being real as a human being. At some point in time, you gotta dust the dust off your feet and keep it pushing and leave the nonsense behind. Leave the nonsense behind. That person over there, they're gonna have to deal with their own soul salvation. I can't be concerned about what she does. I can only be concerned about my own self. Or anybody else in this sector, for that matter. Anybody else in this sector. And God knows, I love watching a lot of different content creators. It's fun. But at the end of the day, you don't know when you're going to check out of here. You don't know. What you going to tell God when you get up there? Well, Lord, we were just playing. Not if she deleted herself. Not if it hurt her. And the same goes for her or anybody else. It's easy to cross a line. It's easy to cross a line that you don't even intend to cross. It's easy to cross that line. I'm just saying what I'm saying. But I pray for the family of this young lady. She had a lot going for her. And she's not the first and she's not going to be the last. That's right, Doodle Bird. Lisa says, I was bullying when I was in school years ago. And when I hear this, it will take me back when I was in school. Sad. Yeah. A lot of people go through this in their early years. A lot of people, they go through this in their early years. They're the bully and they've been bullied. And a lot of bullies bully because they were bullied, if that makes any sense. You almost have to feel sorry for them. But it's easy to get wrapped up in the back and forth. Very easy. And I'm not professing to be perfect. I know in my heart that somebody gonna say something to me and I'm gonna clap back when they get me on a bad day. But I'm just saying at this particular moment, I'm here to tell you I'm paying people dust with whatever people have to say about me, whatever. You don't pay my bills. You don't kiss me goodnight. You're not there when I need a hug. You guys, you're cyber people. You're online, And nobody should have that kind of ability to get into your head so deeply that it'll cause you to unalive yourself. You're right, Millionaire's Code. Auntie, people must know that you will be held responsible for people harming themselves if you played a part in it. God is not playing. And like I said, this is not a Bible study. This is not Sunday school. This is real. This is life. No matter what you believe to be your higher power, you still have a higher power. You are not the highest power. Hey, Crystal, how you doing? Hi, Ann. But yeah, the internet, you're right, Doodle Bird, keyboard bullies. We've got a lot of keyboard bullies out there that are doing some real harm to people. And I just showed you 2 or 3 examples tonight. Hell, matter of fact, we can even look, mental health is real. We've already seen this week what mental health will do to people. They'll put you on a path that you can't turn around from, whether it's unaliving yourself or somebody else. Mental health is real. And people have to really, they got to look inside themselves and say, what if that were me? How would I feel? How would I feel? How would you feel if your child went to school one day and some kid bullied them to the point where they didn't get back on that bus to come home? How would you feel? Hi, Lady Letitia. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you. But it's real. It's real. As much as I'd like to choke that chick over there, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. All this is going to pass one day. And we're going to have to be held accountable for what we do when we were here on this earth. And I, for one, that's what I'm talking about, Lady Letitia. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's not worth it. When things are said, I let them be said now. Whatever. You have no heaven or hell to put me in. It's bad enough. It's hard enough to maintain my own mentality. You know what I'm saying? Getting through life in general with the real things that we face on a daily basis when we're not sitting behind this camera, this YouTube platform. YouTube ain't gonna put you to put you in heaven. TikTok ain't gonna put you in heaven. Yeah, you might get monetized, pay a few bills, but guess what? Your soul is not for sale. Your soul is not for sale. Be a good friend, be a good mate, and don't buy into the bullshit. Because it's all entertainment to people anyway. It's all entertainment to people. But there's people out there that take it a little bit too far. And the next thing you know is that the person that you're targeting unalives themselves. And you do one of two things. You either stay and feel bad about it, which 9 times out of 10 they don't. They just explain it away. Oh, well, they shouldn't have got up here talking all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. But you're still accountable for your part. You're still accountable for your part. And when you close your eyes for the last time, You're going to have to give an account. That's right, Lady Letitia. It's entertainment, it's content. But it can be taken to a degree where people can't come back. They can't come back. This young lady unalived herself because she was cyberbullied on her TikTok platform. And the cold part about it is she was transparent. She told everybody she dealt with mental issues. Hi, Catherine Powell. So they have no excuse. They can't say, well, I didn't know. She was transparent with her shit. She was transparent and told everybody, I deal with this, I deal with that. I have a service dog. But I'm trying to fight through all that, and I'm going to school. I'm going to be an attorney, and I'm working with my church, and I'm doing all these things that are helping me keep clarity in my mind. But that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough. It was like Satan said, "Oh, bitch, I can take you down anyway. I'm just gonna talk real now, because that's how he talks." I can take you down. Yeah, you doing all these good things, but I know how to get to you. And he'll use one of them people in that chat to get to you. And it's not just content creators. People fight in the chats too. You got to be careful how you talk to people, period, nowadays. Just because you on the internet and you can't physically reach out and snatch somebody by their throat don't mean you can't hurt them or that they can't hurt you. Technology has made it to where you can literally kill people with your tongue. And that's what happened to her. They indirectly killed that girl. They indirectly killed that woman with the Save a Fox platform. And they killing people every day with that tongue. Life or death is in the tongue. It's the things you say. So, that's true, LaWanda. Internet don't mean they won't show up in person. And they make you want to show up in person. I'll be the first to tell you that I've wanted to get on a plane so many times. That's right, you can't listen to it. Because if you listen to it and take it to heart, it will eat you alive. That's right, Catherine. A lot of people are unstable. That's what this is all about. People are not stable. Not all people have the wherewithal to decipher right from wrong. Some people don't. Some people have real mental issues. And some of them mental issues are not even diagnosed. They just cuckoo and ain't never been diagnosed. You got to be careful who you dealing with online. Whether it's a content creator or someone in the chat or a moderator or whoever. You got to be careful because life and death is in the tongue. And you can take somebody down just like that. And you don't even have to know it. So I'm putting this out there because this has been going on for far too long. Far too long. Pretty soon we're going to be so immune to this that it's just going to be another report, cyberbullying. Now the weather. You know what I'm saying? That's where we're headed. That's where we're headed. Yes, Catherine, happy heavenly birthday to Angie Stone. Yes. Matter of fact, I'm going to give her a few seconds of silence. Hold on. Okay, y'all. Well, that's about all I have to say tonight on that issue. But it really it hung heavy on my heart because we've been talking about Rob Reiner and his wife and their son and his mental issues and things of that nature. And we see what mental illness can do to a person. And they'll lash out and hurt the closest thing to them, the closest person that loves them. So what do you think? What do you think it does when you don't know the people and you can just say and do whatever? Those people are just as vulnerable as that person that lashed out and killed his parents. And that's a whole the situation with him is a whole nother life. He had mental illness and he had a substance abuse problem. And I think I talked about that yesterday. Maybe the substance abuse problem was as a result of the mental illness. Which one will you treat first? And what will the treatment entail? Remember, we're dealing with the pharmaceutical companies. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and all they care about is selling them pills. In the meantime, you're taking something to help you with your mental illness that is turning you into a zombie. And then what do? You self-medicate with something else. That sends you into the rehab. It's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle. At some point in time, you're going to have to buckle down and understand who your Redeemer is. It doesn't lie in a pill. It doesn't lie in a psychologist. It doesn't lie in a rehab. It doesn't lie in all of that. I'm just saying what I'm saying. And like I said, I'm not on my soapbox to preach to people. I'm not preaching to people. But understand you didn't get here on your own. You didn't get here on your own. And you're not walking on your own. You're not walking through life deciding what's going to happen to you. You don't hold the cards. You think you do. Hello, Jake. How are you, love? So, like I said, I'm not here to preach, but we're living in we're living in times where we've got technology running our lives. There's people on the internet that all they do is be on the internet all day long, all day. Sometimes I've woken up in the middle of the night because I leave my TV on. I've woken up in the middle of the night and some of the same people that I see in midday on somebody's live stream is sitting in somebody's live stream in the middle of the night. When do you sleep? Do you have a job? Do you have kids that you have to care for? Why are you online all the time? All the time. Are you here to just be entertained, or do you have a life outside of YouTube? Do you have a life outside of the internet, period? Do you have anything else to do than to sit in a chat room, going from chat room to chat room to chat room? And I know I've done it. I've left my chat and went to somebody else's chat room. But at some point in time, you got to get up and walk away from that computer, walk away from your phone, walk away from your iPad, and do something normal. Go cook a meal. Go sit down next to your beloved. Go play with your kids. Do something that you would do, what you would normally do had that computer not been in your life. What would you do if you lost all your Wi-Fi? I'm just curious. What would you do if all your Wi-Fi just said bloop? Half of these folks wouldn't know what to do. They would lose their M and F and mind. I done said enough. I done said enough. I appreciate you guys coming tonight. I really do. But seeing this young lady has taken her life from cyberbullying, it broke my heart all over again. It really did. It broke my heart all over again. And it made me realize, you know what? You have to start with yourself before you can even expect other people to do what they should do. It starts here with me. This is why I don't even talk about her anymore. I try to have content that I can bring to my kinfolk every day. Something that y'all can take away and apply. You know, just bringing to light what's going on around us, something that's going to help you, something that, you know, people are being scammed every day. People are being ripped off every day. We living in some terrible times. And if I can't bring some of that to light, what is my point? What is my purpose? I don't come to YouTube, didn't come to YouTube to sit here and beef with people back and forth. That's not content. That's not content. That's foolishness. It's foolishness. So, with all that said, I'm going to get off of this live now. I done said enough. But I hope that you got something out of this show tonight. It really was meant and brought here to touch somebody and bring awareness to somebody. Okay? Okay, Doodle Bird, you have a wonderful evening. Yes, it is, Doodle Bird. It is crazy. So again, I want to say good night to everybody. Have a wonderful evening. I'm going to turn off this live, turn off this computer, and go in my room and watch a movie. So you guys have a blessed evening. I love you, and I'll be back tomorrow. Cross your fingers. You guys, good night. Love you.
Hey there, my kinfolk, thanks for stopping by. Auntie Mickey's house, where we reach for the sky. Every comment and smile, you make my heart glow. Together we're strong, together we grow. From gossip to politics, we cover it all. Sharing laughs and thoughts, having a ball. Your support means everything that I know. Feels like family here in this sweet show. So let's keep it flowing, keep the love alive. Every moment together make it bright. Your support lifts me up, takes flight.